Don't kill me for saying this, but the Pixel 8 Pro is a better purchase than the Pixel 9 Pro. Now, I love doing this type of video around this time because as of December 10th, 2024, the Pixel 9 Pro hype has almost fully died down. Now, it's been a few months since the release of the Pixel 9 Pro, which is just enough time for me to look back, analyze what it's good at, what it's bad at, and truly ponder on whether or not it's actually worth the upgrade. See, every single time a new phone comes out, it's always claimed as much better than the previous phone that came before. But when we look at the Pixel 8 and 9 Pro, I don't think that's the case whatsoever. I've truly forgotten how identical the display, camera, software, battery life, and even hardware is to the 9 Pro. And since August, I've truly forgotten how good the Pixel 8 Pro actually is. I forgot that most of the AI features have been carried over to the 8 Pro, resulting in it having almost all of the same quote-unquote new features. I forgot that when it comes to everyday use, everything that I was doing on my Pixel 9 Pro worked just as good when I did it on my 8 Pro. And most of all, I've forgotten how much the price goes down on year-old Pixels. I think it's better than a great deal since you can get the same experience of a Pro Pixel for half the price. So while the Pixel 8 Pro has proven to be a great deal, especially when compared to any other phone on the Pixel market, I still wanted to answer many questions that you guys may be wondering. How has the battery been holding up? What new features has it acquired since the release of the Pixel 9 Pro? And how consistent has it been since when I first got it? Also, if you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. It helps out the channel a lot. And also let me know down in the comments what device that you would like me to take a look at. Now, throughout my full year of use with the Pixel 8 Pro, it will be safe to assume that the experience hasn't been all sunshine and rainbows. This phone has given me some problems that not only made me realize that the 9 Pro is slightly better, despite them being very identical in many ways, and also justifies why the price has decreased so rapidly within the last few months. The fingerprint sensor being one of my main gripes with the 8 Pro. Most times I'm able to get a nice clean read, but if I have my finger angled at a certain position, it doesn't work. If my finger gets a little wet, or if I just got done putting on lotion, it doesn't work. And sometimes whenever I need to urgently get into my phone during the most stressful time possible, it randomly decides to not work. So as you guys can see, the fingerprint sensor has just been a mixture of good and bad days. And I can say the same thing about the facial recognition. It didn't work well at all whenever I was in the dark. It didn't work well when my face was angled in a certain way. And just like the fingerprint sensor, it really struggled with consistency. But something that Pixel phones have been consistent with over the past few years has been terrible scratch resistance. Now, it's been a fact that whenever I get a new Pixel, I've gotten an ugly scratch within the first month, and the 8 Pro is no exception. It's not noticeable at all when you turn the screen on, but is easily detectable once my always on display is showing. And these scratches often come from simple things like me putting my phone in my pocket or accidentally dropping it on a wooden floor. The 9 Pro has been much better at this, but the Pixel 8, 7, and even 6 Pro have been pretty terrible. Charging is also something that I don't think will age with grace when it comes to my Pixel 8 Pro as well. Yeah, the battery life is good after a year of use, but it will only decrease as the years go on and the software increases its strain. It's already decreased a bit since adopting Android 15, and the 30-watt charging support feels slower than ever coming from the 9 Pro. 0 to 100% in about 2 hours really adds up whenever I forget to charge my 8 Pro. I'll take a shower, brush my teeth, and by the time I'm ready to start my day, the 8 Pro still isn't fully charged, which is something that I'm not a fan of. There are also times where it will heat up while charging, which can get really annoying when I want to use my phone while it's plugged in. Another problem that bothered me was the inconsistent refresh rate. Like whenever I'm in certain apps like Notion or another app that flies under the popularity radar, my refresh rate goes down when I'm going through certain areas of the app, but will pick back up in other areas. And this consistency really affects the quality experience that I'm used to getting from my 8 Pro. Now, the final problem that I dealt with was the lack of optimization within social media apps. The Instagram and TikTok in-camera sucks. The emojis look out of place whenever I try to post a story. And not all apps are optimized, resulting in an unfinished product. But that's the problem that all Pixels, even the 9 Pro has. But yeah, these are some things that really hinder my experience over the past year. But despite the constant battles that I've been facing with the 8 Pro, I can truly say that now the positives outweigh the negatives. And a lot of these things can be forgiven, especially if you bought the Pixel 8 Pro at a cheaper price, which is my favorite positive by far. Now, as of December 10th, 2024, you can get a brand new Pixel 8 Pro for around $650. Whenever I shop for older devices, I usually get them refurbished or off of someone, and that's where the prices get really good. I've seen prices range from $300 to $500, and if you can get a great deal within that range, then the problems become a bit less of an issue. Something else that caused me the least amount of issues was the 8 Pro's comfortability. The 8 Pro has my favorite build out of any Pixel for the simple fact that it has a rounded frame all around that simply molds into your hand, unlike the Pixel 7 Pro that is too skinny to get a good grip, and the 9 Pro that is too boxy to rest in your palm completely. On top of everything, it has a completely flat display, so there are no accidental touches that you would get on a curved screen, and when compared to the 9 Pro and 7 Pro, it basically gives you the best of both worlds in terms of practicality. And the final thing that I really appreciated about the Pixel 8 Pro was that it had given me everything that I needed within a Pixel. Again, the main reason why I think that the 8 Pro is a better buy is because when it comes to things that I only use, my 9 Pro and 8 Pro barely have any differences. All of the games that I run play the same. I've been getting the same smooth pixel responsiveness that I've been getting for years. I'm still taking the same high quality pictures and videos. I still get those same pixel features that I actually use. And now the Pixel 8 Pro has Google Gemini, so I still get to use AI for my emails. And I also get to ask it random questions like date ideas with my fiance. Now, despite the low charging speeds, battery life is still giving me a full day worth of juice. I haven't been gaming as much on my Pixel 8 Pro. Instead, I use it for simple things like scrolling on social media, writing scripts whenever I don't feel like standing at my desk, looking up different questions I have when brainstorming, and other simple forms of communication. I'm almost always on Wi-Fi, so by the end of the day, my phone is usually on 30%. And since I've never had any problems with lasting all day, I never really felt the need to turn on power saving mode. Pixels also have an adaptive battery that learns how you use your phone, and as time goes on, my 8 Pro has learned how to preserve a lot of energy. The display is still one of my favorite things about my Pixel, from the amazing responsiveness to the smooth yet fluid 120Hz display. Colors within the viewing experience were not the most vibrant. I would say they give a more realistic approach. The sharpness of the 1440p resolution was the biggest difference maker for me, and the bezels were damn near non-existent, which really made the most of the screen. And now when it comes to performance, the Pixel 8 Pro has been pretty great for my everyday use. Sure, it might not be the most powerful phone out there, but it handles everything that I throw at it very smoothly. Apps open super quick and the interface feels really fluid. The only thing that bugs me a bit is how Android 15 handles background apps, which isn't something that I would expect from a flagship phone, but honestly, for all my daily tasks, the phone stays quick and reliable. Now, when it comes to cameras, both the 9 and 8 Pro are basically twins. They've got the same 50 megapixel main lens, 48 megapixel ultra wide, and 48 megapixel telephoto setup. Most of the AI features have been carried over from the 9 Pro to the 8 Pro. I still have the magic editor that lets me remove subjects. I can still make my non-portrait selfies into portraits, and I can still implement the vibrant filters into my pictures. And I've been really impressed how great the 9 and 8 Pro handle photos. They're great at getting the right lighting for different skin tones and adding that nice background blur. I honestly can't tell much difference between my 8 Pro and my 9 Pro. Everything that I shoot comes out looking just as good on both. Both phones take pretty similar photos. They've got great colors, nice exposure, and take really good close-ups. There are some tiny differences here and there. The 8 Pro makes things look a little bit warmer, but honestly, unless you're really looking for these differences, you probably won't notice them. Both the 9 and 8 Pro can shoot up to 4K resolution at 60 frames per second. And while video quality is good, it's not really considered their strongest feature. So overall, I honestly think that the Pixel 8 Pro is the way to go if you're trying to save some money. Sure, the Pixel 9 Pro has slightly better fingerprint and doesn't scratch as easily, but those improvements really aren't worth paying double the price. The 8 Pro does everything just as well, runs my app smoothly, takes great photos, and even has all the cool new AI stuff like Google Gemini. You can grab a new 8 Pro for around $650 or even less if you're cool with a refurbished one. And in my opinion, that's a steal considering that you're getting pretty much everything that makes a Pixel great. So unless you need those tiny upgrades that the 9 Pro has to offer, I think it's better to save your money and go with the 8 Pro. It's a much better buy in my book. Peace.